Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host with the most from coast to coast, from across the pond to far and beyond, from the North Pole to the South Pole, and goddamn, that's a mouthful. And I am here with Kosta P, my man from Canada, and this is the Rock and Rap Connection.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's
Yes,
up,
sir.
Kosta? We're here. It's Thursday. It's our first live
Yes, sir.
Rock and
It's our
Rap
first
Connection.
live. It's our first live. I'm excited about this, man. I'm excited about it. Let's get it
Me
going.
too, me too, man. We got some topics for you guys today. We got some news to spread for you guys today, both from the hip hop and the rap world. For those that don't know, if this is your first time watching the Rock and Rap Connection, I am a music enthusiast, mostly rock and hip hop. Um, but I mostly cover the rock things side of the things on this show. I have experience playing instruments throughout my whole life. Been in know about the music industry, and so does Costa. Costa, why don't you give the people a little background on you?
Yes, sir. So I have about 12 years of experience within the music industry, mostly to do with hip hop and R&B. So right now, besides the Rock and Rap Connection podcast, I help out an independent record label in Toronto, Canada, named X10 Entertainment. So that's what I do. So and then I have my own crew, which is formerly was called Recom Entertainment, but we're trying to figure out new a new avenue to go in with that name. So yeah, you're gonna hear news about the artists that I work with and news about the general music industry on the hip hop and R&B side of things.
And he said it best. That we're going to talk about a lot about the music industry, what goes into making music. We're going to talk about some of our favorite artists from both the rock and the rap side. And like this show says, it we are connecting rock and rap, which is two of my loves. And I know Costa has a few rock bands that he loves.
Yeah,
Let's get down to it.
yeah.
Costa, first live. You got any news for them?
All right, so we're gonna start off with the fact that um the Dr. Dre's classic album, The Chronic, is back on streaming platforms as of yesterday. So, I think apparently it got taken off for a little bit because Snoop Dogg bought Death Row Records, and he was trying to find different streaming avenues to get everybody's album on. But I guess he figured that Spotify was the best way to go. So we got the Chronic album back on streaming platforms. Shout out to Dr.
Yeah,
Dre.
the Chronic album is a classic album. Definitely one I'm familiar with. Yeah, I found it weird that it wasn't available in certain countries on Apple Music. I don't
Yeah,
know if you guys use Apple Music,
yeah,
but it wasn't available in certain countries.
I know.
And or certain songs weren't available, and that's a classic album. I always wondered why they for a few years they had Jay-Z did the same thing with Jay-Z.
Yeah,
But I'm glad the album's back. I can now, smoke out to that one. There's
yeah,
just something about that West Coast vibe, man. And
exactly,
Dr.
exactly.
Dre kind of started it with the Chronic because
Yeah,
when you listen to it from first track to last track, I mean, it's a story. It's taking you through a story of California, of Los Angeles, and it, it it's definitely a monumental record. Definitely, like when you have to talk about the greatest rap albums of all time,
yeah,
the
it's
Chronic
definitely
better
up
be
there.
on there.
And I think we should do. I think speaking of that, I think either maybe today or in a future episode, we should do a Mount Rushmore on which albums we think are should be on the Mount Rushmore when it comes to hip hop. So let's
Yeah, 100%. Maybe we'll do that next week when we're live again.
yeah,
We can do something like that for the people.
yeah.
But back to the Chronic album. Um, there were so many hits off that album too,
I know, I know, man.
and that whole G funk. I mean, mixing that classic '70s funk with rap, with gangster rap,
Yep, yep. It's an
and
incredible,
I
incredible.
think that album, along with the whole NWA movement, I think that kind of set the West Coast off to really kind of start taking over.
I agree with you, boss. I agree with you. I mean, the West Coast had the game in a chokehold for a few years there. They did, especially with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg at the forefront. Let's go back a little bit to maybe some reasons as to why it was taken off Spotify. So, like I said, last year, I think Snoop Dogg bought the rights back to the entire Death Row record catalog.
Okay.
He was trying to explore different avenues other than Spotify to get it the album onto other streaming platforms. But like I said,
Gotcha.
again, I think they figured that Spotify was the best one to it's not as like the best, but it's the most recognizable platform that people know, right? So
Yeah.
I think they made the decision to put it back on there, and
Yeah.
I think the same thing happened with the Jay-Z a little bit. Like I think
Hmm.
they all every artist tries to find different avenues to like represent their music, right? So
Of course.
yeah, I think the same thing happened with Jay-Z there a little bit, yeah.
But like what you just mentioned the Jay-Z thing again. Like
Yeah.
all of his albums
Oh,
were off of
yeah, all of them were, yeah. So
Apple Music. Like every one of his albums. Because I like his classic album, Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt, Reasonable Doubt. There's the Blackout. Okay, so where I think Jay Z should have, and this is no disrespect to Jay Z, but where I think Jay Z should have stopped actually making albums is the Black Album, because that still is like a very like as classic as you can get. I still listen to that album to this day myself.
See, I have to say, I really liked the first and second Blueprint albums.
Yes, yes,
Those are some of my favorite Jay Z albums. Even I would even go back to Reasonable Doubt because
yeah,
that it was when he was coming up. Like he wasn't as big as he would be. And coming from New York, that flow he had and the stories that were told, like it was that street hustle story and it's that rags to riches story, and he made it happen.
yes, sir.
He made the rags to riches story happen for him.
Yep, yep. Actually,
Like
go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say like his like those classic albums, like you got to go back to any rap artist and listen to their first 2-3 albums,
Yeah,
and because a lot of rappers seem to lose that that grit about them.
I know, I know. As soon as they get money, everything changes, boss. Everything
But if
changes.
you go back to those the albums that really like made people put eyes on them, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Nas's original albums, Illmatic. Illmatic is something
yeah,
that it's always played on my playlist, bro. Illmatic, fuck yeah.
yeah.
The Blueprint albums,
Mine as well.
even Big L. When you got Big L,
Yep, yep.
Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
that. Those albums are classic fucking records that you hear the struggle.
yeah.
You hear the struggle.
Exactly.
I'm a fan of the Rocky story, man. I'm a fan of the underdog.
Yeah,
The people they shouldn't be where they at, but they got there. No
exactly.
one ever fucking
And
wanted
you,
them there.
exactly. And you speak on Nas. Let's talk about Nas for a little bit. I think so. I'm gonna, and this is one of the reasons why I put Nas in my top 5, because you said that So when an artist first puts out his first album and second album, third album, that's where you hear the grit and the real storytelling, right? But I'm gonna tell you this right now. Nas is one of the best album artists even right now, because in the last 3 albums he's put out, he's won his first Grammy, and the previous 2 albums before him winning his first Grammy, his album has gotten better and better and better. He's one of the only artists that you can say, as they get older, they get better. Nas is a true testament to that statement right there.
I gotta say, one of his best written albums, Stillmatic.
Yes.
Stillmatic was one of his best written. Like, if you want to talk about, like you were saying, story and be right, Stillmatic, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, man.
I can remember being like, I don't know, maybe like 10, 11 years old, maybe, when that album came out. Yeah. And it got played in my CD player all the time. All the time. I bring it to school. I mean, that song, that whole album and the song One Mic.
Oh, hell yeah. Of course.
Ooh, talk about story. Close your eyes and listen to that song. That's a fucking story, bro.
Exactly. And so in the intro, you guys saw that my 2 favorite rappers are 50 Cent and Lloyd Banks, right? So funny story about 50 Cent and Nas. So 50 Cent was touring with Nas at the beginning of his career. So Nas took 50 Cent under his wing as his artist, because Nas had a group called the Bravehearts, and 50 was a part of that, and which is something that a lot of people don't know.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So 50 was part of the Bravehearts, with Nas taking him under his wing. So they know each other really well.
That's fucking interesting. Wow. Speaking of 50 Cent, you got some 50 Cent news, right?
Yeah, I do have some 50 Cent news. Give me a second to pull it up here. 1 sec. So the first part of that news is, so first of all, when it comes to baseball, 50 Cent was part of the Mr. October Foundation, that golf tournament that took place in Miami, Florida. So you had people there like I forgot his name, but Houston Astros current manager, I think it's Reggie Jackson or something like that. You had people there like Alex Rodriguez. You had every legend that is in the building, that is a legend in sports, basically. So that golf tournament went towards, I believe it went towards proceeds went towards underprivileged communities and underprivileged individuals as well. So Travis Scott was also part of that golf tournament, and so was I'm gonna say Eagles legend Terrell Owens. So yeah, because Terrell Owens was my favorite wide receivers there. So in other news, I don't know if you guys watched the Power series, which is executive produced by 50 Cent, but Power Book 2 Season 4 has already been, is already taping. They're already taping it, and the Power Season 3 premiere will be on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, I believe. So Power the thing that I found interesting about that is Power Season 3 hasn't even started yet. It's slated to start on March 17th, and they're already shooting episodes for Power Book 2 Season 4. Mm-hmm. So that's crazy to me. What else do we have here? Oh, yes, because 6 of 50 Cent's older records, like I Get Money, like In the Club, like Window Shopper, and I believe Best Friend, and 2 more other records went platinum. There are remastered versions of 50 Cent's music videos from God Gave Me Style, off his second album, The Massacre, and Back Down, which is a classic song off of Get Rich or Die,
Get Rich and yeah.
Get Rich or Die Trying as well. Yeah. So what I was trying to say there was they have remastered videos on YouTube about of those two songs because a lot of classic music from the set went platinum and diamond in the last 2 weeks or so. So that's why they did that.
Just a quick correction. The manager of the Astros is Dusty Baker, not Reggie
Oh,
Jackson.
sorry about that. Yeah, I was thinking about something totally different. Sorry about that. Yes, Dusty Baker. I apologize. I was thinking about something different there. My apologies, guys. Yeah, that's all for me on the rap side. Do you want to go into more details of things that happened on the rock side?
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna pull up the news here right now.
Okay.
Let me just get into my messages here.
Yeah, no
One
worries.
second, guys. We are live. This is the first time we're going live. As we go on, we're gonna get this shit down pat for you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna get
probably some of the biggest news in rock. That hit is Ozzy Osbourne cancels his 2023 tour and says that his touring days are done. So he was supposed to have a tour coming up this spring, actually, with Judas Priest. And the reason he's canceling the tour is because of issues related to an ongoing recovery from an injury. And it's going to make him hard to travel. It's going to make him hard to be on stage. Now, there's nothing wrong with his voice. There's nothing wrong with him singing. Now, the canceled dates were part of a postponed European leg of the No More Tours 2 tour. It was supposed to kick off in May. There are refunds available at point of purchase. He actually put out a little press release that says, this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to share with my loyal fans. As you all may know, 4 years ago this month, I had a major accident where I damaged my spine. My one and only purpose during this time has been to get back on stage. My singing voice is fine. However, after 3 operations, stem cell treatments, endless physical therapy sessions, and most recently groundbreaking cybernetics HAL treatment, my body is still physically weak. I am honestly humbled by the way you've all patiently held on to your tickets for all this time, but in all good conscience, I have now come to the realization that I'm not physically capable of doing my upcoming European UK tour dates, as I know I couldn't deal with the travel required. Believe me when I say that I thought of disappointing my fan, that the thought of disappointing my fans really fucks me up more than you will ever know. My team is currently coming up with ideas for where I will be able to perform without having to travel from city to city and country to country. I want to thank my family, my band, my crew, and my longtime friends Judas Priest, and of course, my fans for their endless dedication, loyalty, and support, and for giving me the life that I have never dreamed I would have. I love you all. Last year, Ozzy Osbourne was on the road to recovery following a neck and spine surgery after a 2019 injury and a 2003 accident. He returned to the stage at the 2022 Commonwealth Games and later played a halftime show at an NFL game. Currently, it's unclear if Judas Priest will continue with the same or similar dates without Ozzy. But this is kind of a real shame to the rock world. Well, I should say shock to the rock world, because Ozzy is a legend, 74 years old, and he was still, ready to go do it, full steam ahead. I want to thank Loudwire for all the news that I have for you guys today. That's usually where I go, and my most trusted source when anything comes to rock and metal news. Ozzy, 74 years old, ready to go, and he finally realized, he's like, shit, I can't do this. And it sucks, and you can see like the way he's like, it fucks him up that he can't, perform. This is what he's done his pretty much his whole life.
it's hard when yeah, like you said, it's when it's something you've done your whole life. It's hard to like figure that it's the end, basically the end of it, right? It's because
Yeah,
you spend your whole life trying to entertain or entertaining other people, right? Depending on or not I shouldn't say this, but not caring about not like that, but not caring about your health, just caring about the entertainment of other people, right? So it's kind of
yeah,
hard when you figure that it's basically you can't do it anymore,
over. Yeah,
right?
it's over. Yeah. In other news, on February 10th, 2023, what would have been Cliff Burton's 61st birthday, the world will once again celebrate Cliff Burton Day. This marks the sixth annual event that recognizes and honors the Metallica bassist, and it has become an officially recognized day by Burton's hometown of Castro Valley, California. The celebration will be live streamed on YouTube beginning at 7 p.m. on February 10th. And the website is youtube.com/Gomez Grip. They're going to be streaming it live. Um, there's going to be stories from friends and family. There's going to be, you're going to hear from Cliff's sister. You're going to hear from producer Fleming Rossman, Trauma's Mike Overton, Ravens John Gallagher. I mean, it's going to be a special event. And Jerry Only of the Misfits is going to be there as well. So this is going to be amazing, and I like how I brought up a couple episodes ago the live streaming events like this, live streaming
Yes.
performances and celebrations and festivals. I think it's a good avenue to where social media is today. I think it's a good avenue
Yeah.
to start doing it. And Cliff Burton was taken way too soon. Amazing bassist, amazing. And I think he really helped put Metallica in the forefront, before his passing.
I agree with you. I agree. I think Metallica is one of the best rock bands ever, to be honest. And yeah, it's so for people who don't remember this because we weren't live when we said this, but I also have some rock influences, anywhere from Nirvana to Linkin Park, and it's funny. Like I said, I think Metallica is one of the best rock bands out there. But it's funny that this is the rock and rap connection because bands like Linkin Park also have connections to the rap world. As a Linkin Park, I think did a whole entire tour and did songs with the legendary, as we mentioned, the legendary Jay-Z. So I think that it's funny how we're doing this rock and rap connection show, and there has always been a connection between the genres of rock and rap. It's just
Yeah.
funny how things work.
We've got some more news. Now one of the most buzzworthy moments in the world every year is the nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
This year, Iron Maiden, Soundgarden, and Rage Against the Machine were among the nominees,
nice.
but there are quite a few artists who are now eligible to be nominated and weren't. And we're just going to go over some of these artists that are now eligible and possibly should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
We're going to start off with Evanescence is now eligible.
Yeah.
Their first recording was the Evanescence EP in 1998.
Oh God.
Queens of the Stone Age, their first album was in 1997.
Yep.
Limp Bizkit
Aha.
is now eligible, with the $3 Bill album coming out in 1997. So we're going mid 90s, late 90s here. Creed, with their first recording was My Own Prison, 1997. Godsmack. Ooh, we got a lot of good bands on here.
Wow.
Godsmack again
Yeah.
in 1997.
Jesus Christ. So Carl, I'm just gonna read some of the comments here. Carl says, there will never be another guitarist like Cliff. Ever.
No, ever no.
Right. So I agree with you guys. I agree.
We're gonna go with another late 90s, mid 2000s band.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. All right. Well, while Chris handles his technical difficulties, I'm gonna tell you something to tell you guys something that I forgot to mention. Also, so Dr. Dre's so I mentioned that the chronic is also back on streaming services. So coming with that, they also have merchandise available at interscope.com/store. So if you go to the Interscope Records store, you can find chronic
Oh, I'm back.
merchandise.
Whoa.
Hey, and Chris is back.
Yes, yes. I don't know what happened. For some reason,
Okay.
my laptop went into airplane mode.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, but back. I guess we'll get back to the list here.
Yeah. Get back. Yeah.
We had System of a Down, Third Eye Blind.
Wow.
Third Eye
That's
Blind.
wow. I haven't heard these bands' names in a while. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, here's another one that for you, Rob Zombie.
Oh yes, Mr. Rob Zombie, of course.
Within Temptation, their first recording was Enter in 1997. Seven Dust, again from 1997. Amazing band. Seven Dust has been around again since 1997. They still putting out new albums to this day.
Yeah.
We also have Hoobastank.
Oh, I've never heard of them actually. Yeah.
On a little side note about Rob Zombie, he's going back out on tour this year.
Yes, he is. Rob Zombie is going back on tour.
And one of their stops is right here in the great state of New Jersey.
Wow. Okay. And when is that starting? In the summertime?
I believe so. I will pull that up, and I will get back to you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Appreciate that.
So yeah, those are just some artists that are eligible now for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, this last piece of news I have for you guys. I know Kosta will appreciate it because he is a Linkin Park fan. They have sort of a puzzle on their website here that I was looking up earlier. No one knows. I mean, there's a lot of theories out there what it could be, but it's kind of like a little mini game, like a 16-bit mini game. And pretty much you click on things and like you'll show the album. There's pictures of there's like a little Wordle game that they have called Lurple. I mean, it's really weird, and it kind of reminds me of like what WWE did with the whole Bray Wyatt thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what the hell is this like all about? So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to like start teasing a new tour.
Maybe that would be very interesting.
It would be the first tour without Chester.
Yeah. That's true. If they do end up doing a tour, then I am definitely going to be attending. If they come to Toronto, Canada, I'm definitely going to be attending that.
It's going to be hard to replace Chester, but I think they'll try to find somebody that can hit those notes like Chester can.
Yeah. So in terms of my my news, it or the hip hop side of things, it slipped my mind that this weekend is also the Grammy Awards. So let me try to find.
Hold up, Costa.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
You asked me to look up the Rob Zombie tour.
Yes. When does that start?
He is touring with Alice Cooper.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be a sick show.
Right there.
Yeah.
Two different style musics teaming up. But
that's gonna be one theatrical fucking tour, bro.
It's almost like the
stage theatrics.
Tour. It's gonna be like the Metallica tour.
Okay.
But right here, their first show is Thursday, May 18th in Daytona, Florida.
Okay.
And I stand corrected. They're not here in Jersey. September 9th, They are out in Jones Beach, out in Long Island, New York.
Ooh.
Oh,
All
wow.
right.
And then on the 10th, they're up in Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, nice. Well, John Boy can, our producer John can attend the Long Island show if he wants to. But
September.
yeah,
All
it's
right.
September.
All right. I might want to go to that one.
It's called Freaks on Parade 2023 tour.
Pompeii.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
That's what the tour is called.
okay.
I like it. I like it.
I
I
like
like it. I'm with it.
Yeah.
That's gonna
So
that's
they're
gonna be
basically
that's gonna be a
starting out
sick
in
show.
Florida and then coming this way.
Yeah. They're gonna start
Yeah.
south and then go upwards, east.
Our
Okay.
other producer decided to say, "I will be at that show. It's not far from me."
Ah,
No,
All right, we may have to link up, John.
yeah. We may need to link up. Yeah. Or you guys may need to link up because I don't know how I'm gonna make it to New York, but yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to come out there soon. I'm gonna try to come out there soon. Yeah.
not bad prices so far.
How much is it?
You're looking at about $77 a piece right now.
That's
Oh,
really
nice.
not bad at all.
Nice.
No,
The
That may be in the plans. That may be in the plans.
yeah. So speaking of prices, I'm gonna let you guys know. So I know we're switching topics here a little bit, but I'm gonna go back to the Dr. Dre thing. So the merchandise for the Chronic album, it's anywhere from $85 to as little as like $20. So I think the hoodie is like probably $85 and or
Jesus.
some combo of because there's a cassette too. So the combo of the hoodie and the cassette is like $85. So it's pretty affordable. Because like I said, it goes from $85 to like $30, and like it's very affordable. The merchandise, it's good quality too.
I think $85 for a hoodie and is a little much. That's like when what's his face when he did the McDonald's deal.
Oh,
And like he was selling the merchandise and it was like fucking $45 for a McDonald's employee shirt. Like, like come on.
I know some artists kind of like overdo it, but yeah. Let me see if there is some Grammy nominations here. So let me see here. I have a list of it, but anyway, I'm gonna try to find it. Do you want to go to?
I was just thinking, let's go to a little commercial break.
Do you want to go to
and we'll come back
break?
with some more news and some more topics and some more bullshit for you guys. This is the Rock and Rap Connection. We're gonna go to a quick commercial from our sponsor, Doobie.
Yes, sir.
Hey, folks, this is Carl from the ATR Network. Just want to let you know we have a brand new sponsor. It's Doobie Energy. All your energy drinks with no jitters and no crash. Check this out. See you next time.
And we're back.
All right, guys, that was a nice little promo for our sponsors, Doobie Energy. It's all that energy without the bullshit you find in energy drinks, all those chemicals, all that shit that is Kosta would agree is just shit for your body.
Genetically modified BS. Yeah, let's just go like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. For people who don't know, I'm gonna pull the curtain back a little bit. So I choose to stick to a organic and like sort of like most times sort of vegan diet, right? So I'm a huge health buff, so I try to stay away from like genetically modified foods as much as I can, right? Depending on the situation there, yeah.
Yeah, you're a much healthier man than me.
It's okay, but for people who don't know, I also have a disability called cerebral palsy. So I just choose. It's just my choice to stay on the healthier side of things because I can't really afford to. Really, nobody can afford to, but I can't really afford to get sick. So I just rather stay on the healthier side of things.
I'll tell you, I kicked out soda. Like I drink more water and iced tea and not so much juice, but sometimes I have juice. But yeah, I totally kicked it out. Now if I do like happen to have a drink of soda, it tastes so weird to me. Like I had no choice but to get a Mountain Dew the other day.
Yeah,
and it's like it tastes like floor cleaner, like
oh, really?
Like Mr. Cleaner. Like I don't know. It just for me it tasted like this little floor cleaner called Fabuloso, and I'm just like, so this is what Fabuloso tastes like.
Oh god. Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, it definitely has a weird taste, and like I wonder if I did like eat clean like that, like how much other foods would taste so completely different. But listen, I love my fat. I love my greasy food.
Yeah, I know.
I'm an American. Give me my steak. Give me my potatoes. Make sure my bacon's fat.
Oh man, yeah. But I mean, I'm gonna just say this. A lot of people say that like if you go to like somewhere like Europe and like those countries like Greece and stuff, they say that the food tastes so different from how it tastes in like North America, right? Because they use like ingredients with no like preservatives and stuff like that. But like I don't know, because I've never been to Greece, but from what I can tell, it's a lot of the food is a lot different from how it is in like here in North America, right? But I don't know. I've never like traveled to Greece, so I don't know. I have to go there and try it. But
well, I was watching a video on Logan Paul's podcast.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how out in Switzerland, like they don't have fast food. They don't have nothing like that. And their meals are like, so like if you want a burger or something like that, you're paying like $85 for a burger.
Really? Oh shoot!
It's crazy. They were going to a party and everything, and it was $1,500 to get in.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're like rolling around with billionaires, and they're just throwing the money. They're like, God damn, like we don't got it like this, like shit. And then they thought the bar was open bar, and they wound up getting their bar tab and like, holy shit, everything's fucking expensive. But they said the food is like it's exquisite food. It's not like shit that we eat here in North America.
Yeah. And like I guess over there they try to make everything or make sure everything is like organic, right? Because like in Greece and stuff, they make sure that it's organic, like from an actual like animal that's I'm gonna probably use the wrong word, but animals that are like from a farm, like farm feed, right? It's not like genetically modified, it's like organic, right? So yeah, it's
an organic,
yeah, it's interesting to see there.
Well, I got some organic shit right here too.
Oh, you do? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Actually, you know what? It is organic, really.
Yeah, no, it actually is. It's homegrown.
Yeah.
It's homegrown in California. It's
right. Right. So I'm gonna California has the best best of that stuff there, right? Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
I was gonna go through some of the hip hop Grammy nominees, but let me see if I can. Yeah, let me see if I have it here. Hold on. So it says for best rap song, the nominees include Jack Harlow featuring Drake. Churchill Downs is what the song is called. Kendrick Lamar put out a song before releasing his new album called the Heart Part 5. That's up for a Grammy. Gunna and Future featuring Young Thug for Pushin' P, and Future featuring Drake and Thames Wait For You, as well as DJ Khaled featuring Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, and John Legend for God Did. So those are your nominees for best rap song. So from those I would probably choose if I had to choose as a member of the board, I would probably choose Kendrick Lamar's The Heart Part 5.
See, I have to agree with Eminem on the whole Grammy stance in that it's not a judgment on your music. It's not. It's a judgment on your popularity, your money, marketing. That's what it is, and it should be about the music.
Let me tell you something about the Grammys.
Realistically, yeah, Kendrick Lamar should win that.
Yes.
And if he doesn't, we know why he doesn't. It's
because of payola and the Grammys are fixed. They're fixed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I can tell you right now, probably Churchill, because it features Drake, probably Churchill Downs will be the winner from Jack Harlow. But again, I would choose Kendrick Lamar to win, or probably sweep the Grammys for all the categories that he's part of. Yeah. I would probably choose Kendrick Lamar to sweep the Grammys when it comes to the hip hop side of things there. But to be honest, because I'm gonna say this, I love all of Kendrick Lamar's albums, and he's one of my favorite artists. But I will say this, his latest album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, I think because of the time frame in which he released it, because he hasn't released an album in 5 years before May 13th this year. I think because of the distance between releases, this album didn't really stick with me. I'm still a huge fan of it. But there weren't really songs on it that really stuck out in my mind. Like my favorite Kendrick Lamar album is probably his I'm gonna say his first one, but it wasn't his first one. His first one with Dr. Dre, which came out in 2012, called Good Kid, Mad City. That's probably my favorite one from Kendrick Lamar. And the one he released before this one, which was 5 years ago, it was called Damn. So so Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn are probably my favorite Kendrick Lamar albums. Now, as far as the latest one, like I said, it didn't really. It had good songs on it, but it didn't really stick with me. From a music, I can repeat the music or play the music repeatedly standpoint, right? Because
no, they did. You know what? There's a few artists that I'm like that with, where it's like, okay, there was one or two albums that were like, it's, it didn't stick with me.
Yeah.
But I think Kendrick Lamar, there hasn't been an album for me that I haven't liked from Kendrick Lamar. Not every song.
It's still a good
not
album.
Every song was, but I mean, I love Damn, like you said, Good Kid, Mad City. That was another one. this album, I've only listened to a couple songs, three songs from it.
Yeah.
But you know, I gotta listen to it a bit more to kind of get a feel for it. But I don't think it's bad. He's a good story. We go back to storytelling. He's a good storyteller.
Yeah, exactly.
You can, you know, a good storyteller is, you know, you can just close your eyes, put your earbuds in, and just, you know, you can picture everything he's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You can picture what he's saying, man. And
like,
I think so far Kendrick hasn't had an album where that isn't the case, you know, where because a lot of rappers put out albums and it's just random, like kind of like feel like random songs, different subjects, all on each, and there's no flow to it. You know, it's just like let me just try to put a banger after banger after banger on there, and
that's how this
it just comes off random.
Music is, yeah. But can I suggest 2 albums? And people are gonna call me biased for saying this, but I don't care. But so I'm gonna suggest 2 albums to you to listen to and let me know what you think, okay? Besides Kendrick Lamar's new one, which is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, I suggest that you listen to Lloyd Banks' 2 new albums, The Course of the Inevitable 1 and The Course of the Inevitable 2. And let me know, because I want your opinion. I respect your opinion on hip hop. So I just want to know what you think of those 2 albums. So would you mind giving me your review in the next couple of weeks about those 2 albums?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely check them out. I'll check them out, bro. Okay. You know what? I got 2 albums on the rock side for you to listen to.
Okay,
How about that? All right, I'll give you a little homework too.
Yeah, all right. Let me
know. We're gonna go with Guns N' Roses, Spaghetti Incident.
Okay.
And we're gonna go with Motley Crue.
Yep.
Too Fast for Love.
Okay. I would definitely.
Those 2 albums are. Whew.
Okay.
Those. Listen to them.
Okay, I will. I definitely will. If I'm not mistaken, also just on the point of you mentioning Motley Crue, also Post Malone put out a song called Motley Crue as well.
Yes.
I don't know if you know that, but
yes,
put out a song called Motley Crue as well. So from Post
Malone. Also, Machine Gun Kelly did a song with Motley Crue.
Oh, did he? Okay. I didn't know that. So you know how much I like I love Eminem, right? So so I'm gonna say this, not being biased or anything, but there was a point that I did not like Machine Gun Kelly. If
me too.
If you look at the history, he had a kind of like a beef with Eminem, right?
Yeah, I know. I was all for Eminem in that beef, bro.
Oh, you were?
You were? Hell yeah, bro.
Okay.
I'm not really a fan of MGK. I'm not really a fan of him. But there's a couple songs off of the WWE 2K22 game that I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize they were MGK songs. I'm just sitting there bopping to them, and I know the lyrics to them and everything. And then I go scrolling through, and I'm like, that's fucking MGK. Fuck. All right. I can't say I don't like him, you know, like, all right. There's a couple songs here I like from him.
Yeah. So he has a couple good songs, but I think that, I mean, when he was part of the rap genre, he was doing pretty well, to be honest, but I don't know why he switched. I think the whole rap beef with Eminem thing made him switch actually genres, like switch to another genre of music, because maybe,
or it could be, you know, like he like someone like me, you would think I just listen to rock music, but no, I got a love for hip hop. You know, I used to write, I used to rap, I used to go into studios and shit. You know, I used to put out fucking mixtapes and sell mixtapes, and
I
used to do all that.
I gotta hear some of the.
I have nothing of it. All right. So when I was like 16, I like 15, 16, I started writing because I would go visit my cousins in Canarsie, and you know I would stay with them, and one of my cousins, Jason, was into rap and writing everything, and he had a computer with some beats, and we were just like, just silly shit, just like chilling, and he had a whole crew and everything, and
Yeah.
I would just wind up start writing, and I just started like kind of working on my flow and delivery, because at first I wanted to be mad fast, so I wrote some shit to Twister and Dragon's Twisted Heat.
Oh wow, yeah, I remember that.
So I wrote some shit to that, and it was just like, and he was like, "Yo, man, that's a little bit too fast. You know, a little bit like you gotta." So then I was like, just started coming up with stories and just like, yo, what would be a hot punchline, you know? And I would just throw in these things that, you know, and I'd pull them together, and I just never like I took it seriously up until like I was talking to a couple record labels. And hearing like the shit that they would tell you, you know, like one of them was like, "Oh, you should rap about you," and I'm like, "That's the only thing I rap." Like, I don't know how to rap about somebody else or somebody else's shit or somebody else's life. Like, and like it's like, all right, nah, like it kind of killed it for me. And I was like, nah, you know what? I wanted to make money off of it. I wanted to do this. This is what I wanted to do, you know, besides wrestling, and it just kind of killed it for me. But what I would do is I would hit up artists from all over the world through MySpace.
MySpace, wow. Days. Okay.
Yeah, bro. And I would get artists from Germany, New Zealand. I would get artists from everywhere, other states. And I had this idea to put out a mixtape with artists from all over the world, bro.
Yeah.
Like all over the world. And I did. I had 26 tracks on the mixtape. Of course, four tracks were from me, and there was a track from everybody else, but it was mostly to promote myself.
Yeah.
And what I would do is I charge them to be on the mixtape.
Yeah.
And they pay me $5 a song to put on the mixtape.
Yeah.
So then what I would do, I'd have 26 tracks on there, with some skits and shit. And I pressed myself like 100 copies.
Nice. Okay.
And packaged them up and everything, did the artwork, packaged them up in cellophane and everything, bro. And I took a trip to South Carolina because I was going there to visit some family.
Yeah.
And I went down there with a shitload of mixtapes, and I lent some money. I used the money to buy weed and sold that weed. And while I was selling my weed, I was selling my mixtape.
Okay.
So, or I would do a deal like, yo, if you bought off me, if you bought some, you know, you bought a dime or 20, you know, whatever, you got free, you know, I'll give you my mixtape.
Right.
And you know, that's how I spread the mixtape out. You know, so I made some more money off of it. I sold a lot of mixtapes on the beach at Myrtle Beach, walking down the beach.
Nice.
You know, there were a couple times I had to run, get away from the law. But
okay. All right. So,
you know, it was, I made kind of a killing that. Like that's kind of where I kind of started the entrepreneurial attitude. Like I'd do it myself. Like I'll just fuck it. I'll do everything myself. And it's going through that because I was like, I contacted all these people myself.
Yeah.
They paid me. I got them to pay me to be on a mixtape. Okay. I packaged it up myself, pressed it myself, went down to fucking South Carolina and sold CDs.
Wow.
And sold them all. I came back with no CDs.
Wow. That's
wow, my brother used to pay for me to go to a studio actually in New Jersey. At the time, I believe it was Fluid Studios. DMX would record there from time to time. Like a lot of artists would go there, and like I would go there. So I kind of had that little experience of what it really goes into. I mean, that shit was expensive. My brother had to deal with me. I was still in high school at the time. My brother had to deal with me if my grades dropped. I don't go to the studio. So.
Oh wow! Okay. That's actually a good deal. Yeah, that's actually a good deal.
But no, like I there was a spotlight performance show, like a talent search thing for hip hop artists at the time.
Yeah.
And of course, I signed up for one,
Yes.
And I signed up for one. I think it was like for Hot 97 and Violator Records or something
nice.
like that.
Yeah.
It was
They're
big.
huge.
And I had to audition and everything like that. And actually, that was one that Joel Ortiz won. I believe.
You were there with that. I remember that.
I didn't make it. I didn't actually make it to the performances, but I remember seeing him in the room.
Yeah.
Wow. Auditioning and so it was like, also my graduation from high school that night, I booked up my own performance at a fucking bar, bro. It was
wow. Okay.
yeah, bro.
So you are a true entrepreneur then. Wow, that's good. That's
bro.
good.
That's what started the hustle, man. That's really what started the hustle, bro. That night, I'll tell you, I made no money. There was like nobody there, but it was my graduation night. Me and my whole crew got like discounts on drink prices, so we was drinking.
Yeah.
And I got to perform songs. I'll be honest, this song may not fly today. But Snoop Dogg's Sexual Eruption?
Yeah.
That song?
I do.
Okay, I made a remix to that song.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes. I'm not sure if it would fly today.
No,
all right,
probably not. Yeah.
But the name of the song was Sexual Harassment.
God damn it. Okay.
It was a parody. It was a parody, song. It meant really, it was just a fucking joke. And that wouldn't fly today. But I mean, I was drunk as shit performing my song. Bro, it was amazing. Those are some good fucking times, though. And there's still part of me that wants to write and I'm just like, I don't know. I kind of gave up on the whole being a rapper.
Bro, I'm telling you, I know we do this show in the Rock and Rap Connection, but me and you should talk, man, because the way I see it is you have the same kind of entrepreneurial spirit that I do. So maybe we should get together when it comes to this music stuff and stuff like that. So if you want to try it again, we'll talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, we could do that. Why don't we take our last commercial break?
Yeah. If
you're like me and you are a smoker of tobacco and other things, well, this is a commercial for you. If you are in Jersey, go visit them. Producer, why don't we play the commercial?
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Carl from the ATR Network, also the producer of the Around the Rose podcast, and I'm proud to introduce to you one of our good partners, Moonstar Smoke, right here in Animal Park, New Jersey. There's their phone number, their fax number. Guys, if you're a vape smoker like I am, they have everything you need. Also, too, if you're a hookah smoker, they have all your needs for that. Check them out. They're a mom and pop store. Sweetest people in the world, and you want to check them out. But also, too, you want to stay tuned to see more advertisements coming from them.
And we're
That's
back.
right, ladies and gentlemen. Moonstar Smoke in Elmwood, New Jersey. Yeah, I might have to check them out next time I'm in Jersey, which actually will be next month. I might actually have to go check them out and maybe do some advertisement for them.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that would be a good way to pay for all this we have here. I'm joking. No.
We got to pay the bills somehow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Kosta, it is about 9 o'clock now.
Yes, sir.
We're hitting that 58-minute mark. We're on 58 minutes here.
Yeah.
This is our first live show. I don't think it went too bad. I don't know.
I think it went perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah. I know we could work on a couple things, but thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. It's an honor to be able to chat it up, of course. And now you guys live, you guys can interact with us in the comments. And when you watch the video back, share it with us. Let us know your comments. Let us know your thoughts on the music industry. It looks like our producer has a little something to say.
He popped in, yeah.
Guys, also, don't forget, if you can't watch us live, you can check us out on all podcast platforms except Google
podcast right now.
We'll figure that out.
We'll be on that. Don't get us wrong. We'll be on that soon. But we're on everything podcast related. So check us out. If you can't catch us live every Thursday night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as Carl said again, I will reiterate. We're on all podcast platforms now. So please, please, please check us out. We're here live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much for tuning into our first live show. This is the Rock and Rap Connection for Mr. Rex, for Mr. Roberts, and for John. I'm Kosta, and we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you very much.
Catch you all next week.